Welcome to Minisode 1 of Talking to No One. Hey, I'm Lexi, and I've gone on a little journey, I want to say, in these last couple weeks, more than that probably, of finding my footing. And I got a little inspired. I saw, don't get mad at me, I saw Tana Mongeau do her brand safe podcast where she just kind of chills out where she kind of chills out and just talks about topics, talks about things, talks about life. And I was like, I kind of need that right now. So as I sit here, sunglasses indoors, par for the course, I thought, what better way when I can't afford therapy than to just sit back and think about shit that's on my mind, right? And it's kind of ironic because today is a Jupiter Venus conjunction. And this transit, mind you, today, June 9th, is when it's direct. But this transit kind of was like very eye opening for me, you know? And I was like, damn, like let me take back my power. Let me take my energy, my creativity, my potential of, you know, just to, to do what I want. You know what I mean? Doing shit that I want with zero judgment hanging over my head. Because here's the thing about 2026 and cringe culture is that you're expected to be somebody, but not yourself. You know what I mean? I think that's like the kind of sickening part about it is like there is no such thing as individuality anymore because everybody has an idol. Everybody's being influenced by influencers. And then there's this looming ghoul called cringe culture where it's like if you try to do the cool shit or do the what's the word I'm looking for, do the unconventional shit that you see influencers do every day when you're just a fucking pleb, a normie, if you will, someone living in poverty like myself. It's kind of frowned upon. It's kind of like, oh, that's cringe. Oh, like who the fuck does she think she is? Bitch, I'm fucking bored. That's who I am. I'm bored. I'm creative. I got a lot of shit to say. And I don't know. I want to do this. That's it. It's just something I want to do. And I think that's another thing as to why I am doing this and why I do find it therapeutic is that like I don't know. I'm entering a new phase into my life where I don't want to feel shame for existing. I want to love myself wholly. I want to just be me, do me. And I think that kind of comes with the heartbreak aspect of it all. So, for context, I was in a very loving relationship with someone I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. And just recently, he ended things. And that's okay. I've come to accept that. But my main exception is that I need to take this time to do what I want to do. Focus on me, focus on building myself, focus on figuring out how does 25-year-old me heal in a bad time versus self-destructive me that I just recently revisited, self-destructive 20 20-year-old me, 19-year-old me, 21-year-old me. Fuck, I can even go up to 23-year-old me. It's just very, there's a dichotomy there. And so I'm navigating that now. And I don't know, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with heartbreak. It feels like you're kind of missing a limb and feeling that you're going from feeling so safe and secure with another person to now you have to find that sense of security in yourself. And that's hard to navigate. It's never something I've had to deal with before. I mean, even before the relationship, it wasn't it was really rare for me to let anyone in. I had my friends who I'm no longer close with anymore, and even then it took me years with them to let them in, to let them know me, and then I meet him and I let him in, and then things ended. And it's all about giving someone too much power. I'm not saying that the relationship was toxic in any way. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that like I was being demanded to give all or nothing. It's more of just trying to find that self control in myself to not absorb someone else's world and to also curate my own and find that balance. And in a way, as I've gone through a lot of different changes in the last, I want to say, 3 years of my life, I lost that footing of who I was. I did a lot of shit I wasn't proud of. I'm still doing a lot of shit I'm not proud of. I'm learning from it, but it's kind of, I don't think I ever gave myself that time to redefine what life looks like for me. I've always been on go, 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 go. Expectations, 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 letting myself down a lot, feeling stressed out about that, and then exploding off of that stress. And instead of just sitting back, calculating, taking shit easy, and being like, damn, like, okay, this isn't going well. What's a new trick we can try? You know what I mean? And now I'm in a position where I have to do that post everything. I mean, this is my first time living on my own. Like, but it didn't feel like I was alone because I had him. Like, we were freshly dating when I moved into this place on my own, and I still had that crutch of like someone by me all the time of familiarity. And now it's like, fuck, I don't have that familiarity anymore. I don't know what that like what familiarity should look like to me anymore, and it's hard. It's hard. It's tough sometimes. It's I don't know, but I think it's beautiful that I've had that experience of being able to love so unconditionally and so openly and being loved. Um, it's a privilege. It's a privilege, and I'm never gonna regret it. I'm never gonna, curse his name. I don't see a point in that. Like, I spent so much energy into loving somebody, but now it's got to turn into a transfer. It's like, okay, how do I pour that love into myself? And I think by doing this is that's it. I'm doing it. I'm doing taking risks. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm having an idea. I'm executing it. I'm going to see where it goes. And if it flops, it fucking flops. And that's that. I'm continuing to write. I'm finding inspiration again. I'm going outside. I'm doing things on the weekends. I'm giving myself room for experience. And I like that. I like that. And it's kind of like, well, damn, thank you for, you know, breaking my heart a little bit. Because I wouldn't be doing any of this shit. And that's another thing. Like, how do you not still think about that person? Is there really, like, dating culture is so weird. You know what I mean? This is my first serious relationship, so I'm figuring it all out right now. But dating culture is really fucking weird. Where it's like, okay, move on to the next one. No. Why? What's why? I just had a great amount of time with this person. Why would I want to just like up and move on? Like, let me bask in it a little bit. Let me grieve. Let me, figure it out. Let me improve myself. Let me take notes. Everyone just expects you to move on, move on, move on. It's like, no, it's stupid. I don't want to do that. Obviously, I'm going to eventually, but I'm grieving right now. I'm not going to force myself to like seek validation. That's what, yeah. I'm not going to force myself to seek validation in someone else when I can do the work validating myself, you know? And that's just, that's like thing, like that's something that's really been on my mind lately. It's like the breakup happened. I was so angry at first, so sad. I'm still kind of sad. There's some times where I'm just like, damn, like I wish I could text him about my day or ask him about his day, share a picture of a meal I cooked together. Like, but it's the transitional period. You know what I mean? And I think I think this transitional period has been me going through those different stages of grief, and I've reached acceptance. I've reached that it happened. I've reached that there's things that he was probably feeling that I couldn't save. You can't save everybody. However, you can try and be there. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Totally fine. And again, I'm never not gonna love him. That's just like baseline of it. It's like that's someone I saw a future with. So you can't really just like be like, okay, I hate him. Like the relate he would have had to do some real fucked up shit for me to hate him. I'll tell you that. He had to have done some fucked up shit to me for me to hate him. It takes a lot for me to hate somebody, which is another flaw. like like I can't just let people go. It's been a doozy. It's been a journey. It's been ups and downs and ups and downs. And some days I'm great. Some days I'm on top of the fucking world. And then some days I'm like, wow, like I have nothing. And a lot of times it feels like I have nothing. I fucking struggle every single day to exist amongst society as a functioning human being. I went to war, battled on fucking Fort Knox with poor mental health since I was 12 years old. Like uh, when things as serious as that happen, I'm going to crash out. I have crashed out. This might be a crash out. I don't know. But, it's time for me to be more gentle with myself. It's time for me to have a little fun with it. Don't take things too seriously with it. I don't know. I've had spare time, not lingering over a phone waiting for a text back. I've been doing all kinds of things, making beautiful meals again for myself, cooking with love, which is something I love to do to take care of myself, is a little meal with love. I think that's been very, very nice. Yeah, one thing I've never thought I'd venture off into is content creation. Just because of the stigma that stigma ah just because of the stigma that's around it and content creators themselves and what they promote and how they act in fucking society. I've never, wanted to pursue something like that. But I'm like, it's kind of fun. It's fun being able to like, you know, see people relate to you in a way. Like knowing that like there's also people that experience the same things that you do and want to talk about it. I think those are the kind of content creators I love. Is like people that just are so candidly themselves. And I like that. I want to do that. I want to be that. I have always prided my art on being, or I've always wanted my art to be a reflection of other people's lives. Like holding up a mirror. You know what I mean? But like I've always wanted to make a safe space to say the words and say the shit that other people think or are too afraid to say or don't have the words for it. I think that's something I've really based my a lot of my creations off of is that concept, that idea, that feeling, the just all the feelings. And I figure like why not turn it into like a little weekly show or something, bi-weekly, weekly, whenever the fuck I want to upload show. I don't know. Just think about a topic, think about something that's on my mind that people probably relate to, and just talk about it. Talk about it, be candid, do my shit, walk away. Sometimes probably even have conversations with other people on here. That's totally fine. Just keeping it real, keeping it, keeping it a buck. That's what I'm here to do. Yeah. What else was I going to talk about? There's been a lot on my mind every day. Every day there's been a lot on my mind. Oh, oh, spirituality. I It's so funny to me. I've always been a very spiritual person, and lately, lately, the spirituality has been spiritualizing. Pause. Was that correct? I don't know. I don't give a fuck. um, I've been back in my craft, if you will. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I've been manifesting really good things for myself. I've been manifesting the bag. I've been lighting a candle or two and saying some words to a couple goddesses. So mote it be. And I've been dabbling into that. I feel like it gives me a lot of relief. I feel like it gives me a lot of clarity, if you will. It feels so nice to have those angel numbers just pop up sometimes. It's like a little like, hey girl, like you're doing great, or hey, we're all for you, or hey, this situation may not be a little, you know, what you're expecting or what you're wanting. May this be a lesson to you. And usually it is. Usually it is. But I've been dabbling in my craft again. I've been back to appreciating and indulging in things that I had let myself abandon. And I don't want to say that I intentionally abandoned those things. Like it was never my intention to just be like I'm going to give all of me up for other people. It's just more like things that happen naturally. It's like, you know, letting yourself attach and like I said, how I want to fix is that renavigation into like separating myself, separating me from other people, from like having that equal balance. I'm a Cancer rising, and I've got a lot of shit going on in my fucking first house. Let me tell you that. I am an empath down, down. I've put myself through the ringer so many times. when it comes to like people that I love, because I abandon all efforts to take care of myself in pursuit of making sure everyone else is okay. And then I let myself get really stressed out, and then like, friendships start to tear apart because they're like, wow, you're really fucked up and you're being a fucking asshole right now. And I'm like, bitch, I'm doing this for you. Like, I haven't thought about myself in 2 weeks. I haven't thought about myself in ages. Okay? I haven't sat down and fucking meditated at all. And maybe I'm better off alone. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I am better off alone. Maybe I navigate better alone. But I don't like to be alone. Like, that's what sucks, is I don't like to be alone. I like having other people in my orb, my circle, my life. People that I can share things with, people I can love. I love love. I love holy. I am a lover girl. I love connection. I love humans. I love experiences. I love it all. But I let that love for love be my downfall a lot. And it's something I have to really take into account moving forward. Yeah, I love love. I I love seeing other people in love. I've been, you know, the observer of many of my friends being in love. I was in love. Maybe I still am. I don't know. We're healing. We're moving past. We're loving ourselves. And I think that's a huge thing. Is I just need to pour all that love that I've got inside of me into myself and not be so self destructive. I can't keep damning myself to hell because I don't pay attention to my own emotions. It's weird. I used to be a really avoidant person. I used to just like get really scared when people would get too close to me or I'd have too close of relationships because that's where the self-destructiveness really would kick in. Um and I guess that morphed itself into anxious attachment in a way. I think that morphed itself into definite anxious attachment because it turned into I don't want anyone near me. I don't want anyone to get too close or I'm going to crash the fuck out and smoke my brain out and fucking drink all day. To oh my god, I'll lay down my life for you. I won't even fucking think about myself anymore. Like, I need you in my life or I'm going to die type of thing. Actually, not even that. Yeah, no. I'm going to be candid. It definitely is like that. Like a I need you in my life or I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with myself. Hi, this is something I can do with myself. What's up? Like, I can talk to a fucking camera. There's just little avenues I have to take to heal. And maybe one day when I can fully make that separation, can fully pour love into myself, maybe I'll try again. Maybe I'll try again. It's just weird because, like, that trying again is so scary because I don't want to try again with anyone new. I that piece of me that barely wanted to let anyone in is still there. Um, that meeting new people kind of thing just doesn't feel right to me. And I get scared and I get scared of walking into things that aren't familiar. Walking into familiar spaces, walking into unfamiliar spaces, walking into unfamiliar people, talking to unfamiliar people takes a lot out of me. I get very anxious. I can hardly meet my friends without being like, "Hey, give me 10 minutes to go stand in the corner and observe everybody before I can join in on the conversation." And it's so funny because there are plenty of people that have told me that I behave like a cat in that way. There was this one guy I talked to like 2 years ago that ghosted me and then texted me again. Oh God, it was like 3 years ago. And he texted me again. He was like, a lot. There was a lot in that text. Did it hurt your feelings when I ghosted you? Alas, there was no time left for billiards because he sent 8 ball fucking pool as his opener. Alas, there is no time left for billiards. It must feel like fine wine to you right now, knowing that you can ghost somebody that you once ghosted. Weirdo. And then he goes, I know you have catism, so meow if you wanna. Catism? Just call me a fucking slur. Like, just call me a fucking slur. At that point. Like, oh my god. Catism is crazy. Catism is crazy. But then it started to make a little bit more sense. It started to make a little bit more sense. And then I had a friend tell me one time, you're like a cat in the sense that when people walk up to you, you don't fucking want them around you. But you walk up to people whenever they don't want you around. And I was like, damn, true. True. That is me. That is I. That is, yeah, I function that way. So think of me as like a cat. That's my behavior. It's like I attach to people that I want to attach to, and that's it. And I don't let anyone else near me. And then I'll scream at the door when they leave. Like, put up a cat cam. You're going to see me go "Meow" for hours on end. That's me. Like, you know, it's like obviously there are toxic things about myself that I would like to fix that I know need fixing. I am all too self-aware, and I think that's probably the most toxic part of me personally, like for myself, is I'm all too self-aware to where I run to Google. I'm not even gonna lie, I run to Google. If I'm feeling some type of way, I'm like, there's gotta be an explanation behind this. What disorder can I give myself today? Oh, you know what? Maybe I should go back to a therapist. Maybe I should see a psychiatrist. But like, I'm all too self aware to a fault to where I let myself hit that spiral and damage everything around me. Something I'm good at. And I think that is something I definitely need to fix. Actually, you can't really fix self awareness. I'm realizing now you really can't fix self awareness. Just something that naturally occurs, but I can't let it absorb me. I can't let my self awareness absorb me because that's when I start to pitfall and spiral and tumble and just go all fucking over the place. Quick trip to the mental hospital, grippy sock vacation. That's where absorption leads me. Um, and I can't afford to get 5150 right now. I got fucking rent to pay. Like, mama, it's not her time. I think I think there's just things in habit wise that I can fix that to be a better version of myself to myself, to give myself that love, to show myself that love. And a lot of it has to probably do with, more gratitude because I think about the things that I don't have more often than I think about the things that I currently have or that I'm building. I let myself think that I'm too far behind compared to my peers and compared to other people that I know and compared to people that I see, that I just get stuck in that loop of comparison, compare, 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 compare. And I lose everything in the process. I don't focus on what I already have. I don't give the love and gratitude to the things I already have because I just get stuck on what I don't. And that is definitely something toxic about me that I need to fix. I need to show more gratitude. I need to give love to my own world and love from the sidelines. That's a big one. Yeah. How long have I been recording? 32 minutes. Jesus Christ. I've been talking for 32 minutes. This is probably the most I've talked in a while. Apparently, I had some shit to say. What's another thing I can do? Take, like I said, take more risks, be a little bit more out there with myself, things I want to do. Forgive myself the damage I've already done. I think that's pretty major. Is I've never given myself room to forgive myself and treat the younger version of me kindly because I was like, damn, she fucked me up. Like she had problems. She coped really poorly. But I didn't have any vessels to that were safe enough. I didn't feel safe in my body or in my my environment to like want to heal. You know, it wasn't the right place for me to heal. It wasn't the right time for me to heal, I guess. And I can't sit here and damn myself for, shit that I could probably control, but I just didn't know how to control. And I can't sit here feeling anxious about falling back into that pit when I already know what it did to me. And when I know deep down and well and good that I'm not going to fall back into that, what I need to do is forgive myself. Forgive myself for the damage I've done. Forgive myself for things that were out of my control at the time. Because I can't change the past. I can only keep going forward. And I can only keep thinking about the present and how that's going to shape my future and what I can do to make that future bright. I put the sunglasses on because I thought I was going to cry at some point. No tears here. It just feels good to like get it off of my chest and talk. You know what I mean? I'm I can't say I'm fully happy right now. If we're going to be blunt about it, I can't say that I'm fully happy. It's going to take me a while to get there, but I'm content with where I am. I have things in my life that are out of my control that I'm trying to manage and fix so that I can sustain the roof over my head. I am trying my best to be a better person every day. And I, it's just a whole lot of trying. But, there's going to be those days where I feel like shit. That's normal. That's normal. And I got to let myself feel that. I have to let myself feel sad, feel scared, feel anxious, feel, you know, just feel. And I can't sit there and think about the things I don't have when there's things I do have and things that I'm trying to keep together and trying to keep in one piece. And it's hard because sometimes those things fall apart, sure, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's it's crazy what losing true love can do to you because it's almost like makes it feel like despite everything, nothing else matters. Like despite it all, nothing matters. Because nothing's permanent. What's permanent is your hope. What's permanent is keeping yourself together. Because you are permanent in your own life. People come and go. Sometimes they stay. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they make a crazy impact in your life. And you have to just take that. But you can't lose out on yourself. You can't lose out on chances that you haven't even taken for yourself. You know what I mean? There goes the tears. See, I told you I was going to cry. That's why I'm wearing sunglasses. You can't let yourself fall down a beaten path because you lost something that you thought was going to be permanent. Because nothing's permanent but you, in your own right, in your own world, in your own life. I think if we love ourselves more, then I think if we love ourselves more, pay attention to ourselves more, then maybe those other things that we love might stick around more. And it's so crazy because Neo was so right when he said, "Girl, let me love you, because I won't love you until you learn to love yourself." Whoa! Oh my god, Neo! You ate that! You ate that! You ate that! Him and David Guetta. Was that a David Guetta track? I can't remember. I don't know. But yeah, that. Oh my god, you ate that up. Like, yeah. So I guess this is my journey on that loving myself. This is that journey of me loving myself. Cause gonna be loving you and I will love you until you learn to love yourself. That sounds like shit, my bad. This is my journey to loving myself. Cause ain't nobody got me but me at the end of the day. And when I can hold that love within myself, maybe the rest will come. May the chips fall where they may. Like, I don't know if that's the right term. I'm spitballing here. But like, may everything else come with it. But for now, right now, in this moment, I'm living for me. And it feels so good to say that. Because I've never done that before. Crazy boots. Crazy boots. I've always wanted to live to appease others. And then when I can't, I hide away and I run away. And because I'm so afraid of disappointing people. Because I care so highly of others' opinions of me. And then I damn myself. And then the cycle that I spoke about before repeats. But it's like, I'm gonna live for myself now. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna live how I want to. If it comes off cringe, it comes off fucking cringe. Fuck cringe culture anyway. You know what I mean? I mean, shit, at one point, fucking iDubbbz was cringe. Then he built a fucking empire. You know? Like, a lot of people were cringe, and people love them now. So, I don't care. I'll be cringe, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna love me. And that's it. So yeah, that was mini-sode, episode, mini-sode. I don't know. This has been recording for 42 minutes now. This is episode 1 of Talking to No One. I'm Lexi. It's been great. Thanks for tuning in, not tuning in. Couldn't give a fuck. I'm gonna post it anyway. And yeah, I love me. Bye.